Ready? Hi, I'm Lev Rothenberg, Director of Arts and Education here at the JCC, and we are privileged to have with us today filmmaker Ashton Gleckman. Ashton, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Lev.
Ashton, I know that you came out pretty recently with your brand new film, We Shall Not Die Now. And tell me, how's it been received?
We've been very grateful to have a really good reception. We released it at the Heartland International Film Festival, where we were very grateful to premiere it here in Indianapolis, and then we started expanding it. We had a premiere in Los Angeles, and we've now been having various screenings around the country. So as a filmmaker who made a movie about a subject that's so dear to me, the Holocaust, I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to share it with people. So it's been really good.
I know at Heartland you won an award, not a minor award. Tell us about
that. So
that.
It was the Audience Choice Award for the Indiana Spotlight category. So I was definitely not expecting it at all. At the awards gala, they called our film's name, and we were very surprised and humbled by that. So thank you to the Heartland Film Festival.
Well, my understanding is they had a hard time finding enough space for everybody who wanted to see your film.
Right, so both of our screenings actually had overflow, so they had to actually bring in 4 theaters to suit our screening, which I didn't know if we were going to fill up one theater, and it ended up having almost 4 sold-out screenings, so yeah.
And that really makes it exciting that we are going to be showing this film on January 28th right here at the JCC. We're honored to be able to do that.
Yeah, and we're also going to have Frank Grunwald, who is one of the survivors featured in the documentary. He survived 5 concentration camps as well as Auschwitz, and so he has a lot of incredible stories that are in the film, and we're looking forward to talking about it at the event.
Now, Ashton, my understanding is when you began making this film, you were 18 years old.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a little bit of a daunting task for an 18-year-old?
It was, but I'd been studying the Holocaust since I was 7 years old, so it was really just sort of like a natural evolution, because I had been reading books and watching movies like, Defiance and Boy in the Striped Pajamas and Schindler's List, and finally when I was 17 years old, I made the decision, I really need to make a film about it, and I want to be able to interact with survivors in person, so I need to make a film about it now and not in 20 or 30 years. Because we're at this very pivotal point in history where we have the opportunity to look survivors in the eyes and listen to them directly. So with this film, that's really what it was all about. And so I went out, interviewed 25 survivors around the country, filmed at the various camps in Poland, and it was just an opportunity and an experience that opened my eyes in so many ways, and that I'm super grateful that I got the chance to make it.
And you had some very meaningful background in film before starting this endeavor. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I directed short films, but this was my first official feature-length film. But before I did, directing, I was actually a film composer. So I wrote music for films, went out to LA for a while. Hans Zimmer, who did The Lion King, actually found out about my YouTube channel when I was 17 years old, and I got to meet him. So that was sort of my first thing, and then I went into directing. And now that I'm in directing, I really don't see myself looking back. I'm doing both of them simultaneously. So I did all the music for this film with a good friend from Austria, but directing is something that I've really grown to love and that I look forward to continue to do.
Fabulous. What did you learn? What did you personally take away from the making of this film?
Right. I think just the extraordinary resilience of these survivors who pretty much lost everything. They lost their family, they lost their homes, and they pretty much went through the unimaginable, but they came out of it with a new, determined sense of, I need to tell this story, because we have this opportunity of using this tragic period to help inform the now and help to inform the future. So they've spent their whole entire lives writing books, they've been speaking publicly, participating in films like this. So the one thing that I walked away from is this newfound sense of we in the now can do something. So we need to stay vigilant, we need to stay strong, fight against anti-Semitism where we see it, and I think that really just comes down to, again, being vigilant and looking at what's happening around us.
Kind of a tough question. The Holocaust has been the basis for so much writing, literature, so much film.
Right.
Why should someone come see your new film?
Yeah, for us, the word really came down to perspective. And so for our film, it's shown through the lens of not only survivors, but also liberators, the last living prosecutor of the Nuremberg trials. We have hidden camera interviews that were captured in the 70s with perpetrators of the crimes. we have families of survivors. So the film doesn't only show you one lens, it actually shows you the story of the Shoah through a variety of different kinds of windows. And that's really what I was trying to do, because I grew up with stories and films, incredible films, about one specific survivor or one specific camp. And for me, I wanted to sort of bring the audience through my journey of learning about the Holocaust by telling it chronologically. So it'll start all the way at the beginning, take you through all the way to the end, and hopefully leave the audience with a newfound sense of, again, hope and the resilience of the survivors.
And my understanding is the film that we'll be showing here at the JCC on January 28th
Yeah.
is in some respects even better than the film that was shown in Heartland.
Yes, absolutely. So Heartland, it was sort of like a work in progress version, because when you're making a film, sometimes you're screening at festivals, and the festivals are not the actual theatrical release of the film, where it's released worldwide. So we had screened at Heartland, and then we had a couple of other screenings, but the film was sort of still in development, and so our final theatrical release is a sort of really remastered version of the film, with the main theme by Benjamin Wallfish, who did the Blade Runner movie with Hans Zimmer, and he also did the It Chapter 1 and 2, so he has the main theme in this new version. So it's really a brand new remastered edition of the film that's going to be screening here.
We can't wait to see it and to have you here with us. Thank you.
Very grateful. Thank you so much, Lev.